Florida's sunny beaches may look peaceful, with gentle waves lapping at the shore and families enjoying the warm sun. But beneath this calm exterior, a powerful force is quietly building offshore. We're now deep into hurricane season, a time of year that demands our attention and respect. The skies can change in an instant, and what starts as a distant disturbance can quickly become a major threat. The 2025 hurricane season officially began on June 1st, marking the start of several months where the risk of powerful storms is ever present. Each year, these storms have the potential to reshape communities and impact thousands of lives in just a matter of hours. As we reach July 31st, we're entering the most dangerous stretch of the season, mid-August through October. Historically, this is when the most intense and destructive hurricanes tend to form, fueled by the peak warmth of the ocean. Warm ocean waters act like fuel for hurricanes, increasing both their frequency and their intensity. This year, ocean temperatures are running even higher than usual, raising concerns among meteorologists and emergency officials alike. Now is the time to shift from summer relaxation to active preparation. Take a moment to check your emergency supplies, review your family's evacuation plan, and make sure everyone knows what to do if a storm approaches. Preparation is key to staying safe. This year's forecasts warn of a more active season than usual, with a higher number of named storms and hurricanes expected. That makes it even more urgent to take these warnings seriously and get ready now, before a storm is on your doorstep. We've seen firsthand the devastation hurricanes like Ian and Idalia can cause: roofs torn from homes, streets turned into rivers, and entire neighborhoods left in the dark. The impacts go beyond property damage, affecting lives, livelihoods, and entire communities. By staying informed, monitoring official updates, and following expert advice, we can protect our families and our communities. It's important to know where to get reliable information and to act quickly when warnings are issued. In this guide, we'll break down the 2025 hurricane outlook, explain why Florida is especially at risk, and walk you through the steps you need to take to stay safe. We'll cover everything from understanding forecasts to making a family emergency plan. Your safety is our top priority. Being prepared is the best defense against the unpredictable power of hurricanes. Taking action now can make all the difference when a storm is on the horizon. Let's get ready for the season ahead. Together, we can face whatever comes our way with confidence and resilience. Where do hurricane forecasts come from? One key source is the Climate Prediction Center, or CPC, part of NOAA. The CPC's scientists use advanced models and global data to predict weather patterns weeks and months in advance. They monitor ocean temperatures, wind patterns, and climate cycles to forecast hurricane activity. For the Atlantic season, their work is crucial. They provide the big-picture outlook that shapes all other forecasts. The CPC tracks sea surface temperatures and wind shear, both vital for storm development. Their early warnings give us time to prepare before storms even form. Much of what you hear on the Weather Channel starts with the CPC's analysis. For August 2025, their data signals a need for extra vigilance in Florida. Their expertise helps everyone, from emergency managers to families, get ready for what's ahead. NOAA's official outlook for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season is clear: expect above normal activity. There's a 60% chance of increased hurricane activity, meaning more storms and stronger ones are likely. The main driver? Exceptionally warm ocean waters in the Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf of Mexico. Hurricanes feed on warm water, so higher temperatures mean storms can intensify quickly. NOAA also predicts weaker wind shear, which allows storms to organize and strengthen. Add in the potential for a La Nina climate pattern, and the risk rises even more. This combination, warm water, low wind shear, and possible La Nina, creates ideal conditions for hurricanes. That's why forecasters are urging everyone in hurricane-prone areas, especially Florida, to prepare now. The ingredients are in place for a very active season. Preparation is more important than ever. What does above normal really mean? Let's look at the numbers. The 2025 forecast calls for 13 to 19 named storms, well above the long-term average. A named storm has winds of at least 39 miles per hour and can bring heavy rain and gusty winds. Of these, 6 to 10 are expected to become hurricanes with winds of 74 miles per hour or higher. Hurricanes can cause major damage to homes and infrastructure. Most concerning 3 to 5 storms could become major hurricanes, Category 3 or higher, with winds over 111 miles per hour. Major hurricanes are responsible for the worst destruction and loss of life. The higher end of these ranges would make for a very dangerous season. Every Floridian should have a hurricane plan and be ready to act. The time to prepare is now. Why is this hurricane season shaping up to be so active and potentially dangerous? The answer isn't just about local weather, it's about powerful forces at work across the globe. One of the biggest influences comes from the Pacific Ocean, where a climate pattern known as La Niña is developing. La Niña is marked by cooler than average waters in the central and eastern Pacific, which might seem far removed from the Atlantic, but its effects ripple worldwide. This shift in ocean temperature changes global wind patterns. Most importantly for the Atlantic, La Niña weakens the upper-level winds, known as wind shear, that usually tear apart developing storms. With less wind shear, hurricanes can form more easily and grow stronger, fueling the potential for more intense storms. Meteorologists are closely watching as La Niña is expected to develop later this year, which could further tip the balance toward an active hurricane season. This means the risk of late-season storms is climbing, and communities along the Atlantic coast need to be especially vigilant. Even before La Niña is fully established, its looming presence is already shaping atmospheric conditions, nudging the forecast toward more frequent and severe storms. As a result, experts are predicting a higher-than-average number of named storms this year, with the potential for several to become major hurricanes. At the same time, the Atlantic itself is unusually warm, especially in the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. These hotspots provide extra fuel for storms to form quickly and close to the U.S. coastline. The combination of a developing La Niña and record-breaking Atlantic warmth creates a perfect storm scenario, making this season one of the most concerning in recent memory. The science behind these patterns is complex, but the takeaway is clear. The threat level is high, and the risks are real for millions of people living along the coast. Now is the time to stay alert, follow forecasts closely, and make sure you and your loved ones are prepared for whatever this season may bring. Florida's geography makes it especially vulnerable to hurricanes. The state's long peninsula juts into warm waters, exposed to storms from both the Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico. With over 1,350 miles of coastline, nearly every part of Florida is at risk. Millions live in low-lying coastal areas, prime targets for storm surge and flooding. Florida's flat terrain means even weaker storms can cause widespread flooding and damage. History has shown the state's vulnerability, with storms like Andrew, Ian, and Idalia leaving lasting scars. For Floridians, hurricane threats are a fact of life. Preparation and vigilance are essential every year. Hurricane season peaks between mid-August and mid-October, when most major U.S. landfalls occur. During this period, Atlantic waters are at their warmest, fueling rapid storm development. Atmospheric conditions also become more favorable, less wind shear, more moisture, and more tropical waves from Africa. These factors combine to create a sharp increase in storm activity. This year, the risk is even higher due to record warm waters near the U.S., which could spawn storms close to shore. Homegrown storms can form quickly, leaving little time to prepare. That's why Floridians must be especially alert as August begins. The season is about to shift into high gear. Preparation now can make all the difference. Don't wait. Get ready today. In a hurricane threat, accurate information is critical. Don't rely on rumors or social media hearsay. The National Hurricane Center, NHC, is your go-to source for official forecasts and warnings. Visit hurricanes.gov for updates. The NHC's forecast cones, advisories, and expert discussions are updated around the clock. Follow their official social media for instant alerts. Also, pay close attention to your local emergency management agency. They provide evacuation orders and shelter info specific to your area. Sign up for local emergency alerts to get warnings sent directly to your phone. Trusted media outlets like the Weather Channel can help interpret forecasts and explain what they mean for you. Combine national, local, and expert information for the best protection. Stay informed and you'll be ready to act. We've covered the forecasts, the risks, and why Florida must stay alert this season. But as we move deeper into hurricane season, it's important to remember that storms can develop quickly and unpredictably. Staying informed is just the first step. What you do with that information can make all the difference for you and your loved ones. But information alone isn't enough. Action is what keeps you safe. Take time now to secure your home, protect your property, and help your neighbors do the same. Simple steps like bringing in loose items, reinforcing windows, and checking on those who may need extra help can save lives. Make or review your hurricane plan now. Know your evacuation zone, where you'll go, and how you'll communicate. Talk with your family about what to do if you're separated, and make sure everyone knows the plan. Practice your evacuation route so you're not caught off guard. Don't forget pets. Plan for their safety too. Prepare carriers, food, and any medications they might need. Make sure your pets are microchipped and have identification tags in case you get separated. Assemble a disaster kit with food, water, medications, flashlights, and important documents, enough for at least a week. Include extra batteries, a first aid kit, and copies of important papers like insurance and identification. Keep everything in one place, ready to grab if you need to leave quickly. Label your kits and make sure everyone in your household knows where they are stored. Stay vigilant throughout the season. Don't wait for a storm to start preparing. Check for updates from trusted sources and be ready to act at a moment's notice. Check your supplies, review your plan, and monitor the forecast daily. Update your checklist as needed and replace any expired items in your kit. By preparing now, you protect not just yourself, but your whole community. Share information, offer help, and work together to ensure everyone is ready. The peak of hurricane season is here. Be ready, stay safe, and look out for one another. Your actions today can make a lasting impact when the next storm approaches. Preparation is your best defense. Stay alert, stay prepared, and together, we can weather any storm.